Okay, well, I don't want you guys to have to suffer through the shitty conversation that was just happening.
Hey, he did it.
Oh, God.
The one good Scott joke of a stream and the chat doesn't get it.
That's makes it more of a Scott joke, right? So anyways,
God damn it.
you guys take your short rest. Hey, my short
I
rest joke
say-
wasn't bad.
We take 10 minutes or so to backtrack out of here, maybe walk along the wall a little bit.
Well, you say that now.
Courtyard. No,
Sit
we
now.
said we're going to take a short rest. We didn't discuss actually how we were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
We
mean,
weren't
Discuss the courtyard.
nowhere in the universe we just sat down and bandaged our wounds there.
Why not?
None of us would have ever done that.
I think all of you guys just discussed it.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We literally discussed that like, I mean, okay, if that's what you want to say would happen, but that wouldn't have happened. So,
I'm forced to.
It's up to
you.
you guys. You're the PCs.
Bellum already didn't want to take a short rest, and then
That's
if you
great, but you guys used all the potions in the bag of goodies, so
Yeah.
I'm for taking a short rest because I have no health.
I understand that. I can heal you more, is what I was gonna say. But also, he wouldn't want to backtrack because that can just let them fortify. If there's people in here that want us dead, and Ryk's gonna continue on this mission anyway, he wouldn't want to backtrack out of the castle.
They would know we're coming anyways. Like
they
they
know
were
they're
prepared.
coming and it's
Right, but giving them an
awesome.
hour to then.
They've
Now
had
know
thousands
we're
of years.
But
They're
they never
dumb
knew we were
constructs.
here until now.
Drums in the deep.
I
They
mean,
never
we-
knew we were here
we
until now.
rested here. Like we spent the night here, in this cavern,
In a fortified religious area.
which we can
So
go back to.
let's pull this
And
back.
prepare.
Does the party move back to the hall full of tons of dead people?
No, not all that way. How long would it take to go back there?
Probably about 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh,
If
then-
walking at a leisurely pace.
Sure.
You know, all
The
the way
other
back
side
to the
of
hall
the
of
big
dead people. Or do you want
Wouldn't
to
it?
press on? That's kind of like the two options.
Bellum prefers to press on
Okay, right?
and offering healing.
Right?
It's not healing I'm worried about.
We already know Stalbor's opinion, right?
Ryyk would want to stop. Just
Okay,
'cause-
and so doesn't Kieran. So you guys, much to Bellum's disdain, decide to move back, and you know it's not even just a 3-on-1. The skeletons also raise their hands. It ends up being like a 5-on-1 vote, and you guys
bullshit. They're
Did they
obvious.
get a short rest? They're damaged. They're injured. Did they get a short rest, Scott?
Oh, I mean they're not PCs, so no.
I know. I was.
All right.
So you guys end up making your way back to the Hall of Corpses, and take about an hour. I mean, part of the short rest is the walk there, you know, and the walk back because whatever, it's an hour, only a couple minutes each way. You guys probably have like a bit of drink and probably start scrounging around trying to find a few more potions and everything. Please apply your class features for short rests. Ollie, get back a spell, so on and so forth.
How much oil?
I get back like a lot of spells. That's why I wanted to do it.
The oil that was dropped.
Mhm.
How much oil? Like, how long would that burn? Would I have an estimate of like how long I think that would burn?
Because the fact it's spread out, probably about an hour-ish.
On our way out,
to
I would
spread.
then light it so that way stuff can't come out toward us without at least being injured.
Or very obviously seen. Okay. Sure. So you light the oil, and you guys go back to the area, and you take that short rest. I'll give you guys a moment to roll your HD. Why is Aaron rolling D6s?
Because you roll d6s. You roll whatever your health points is.
Yeah.
Oh, you press HD.
Yeah, but if I want to do multiple at once, why not just
Oh, okay.
roll so many d6s?
What is this 555 deal at Pizza Hut? What is going on here? Oh, I guess I shouldn't complain. Another 5. God damn it.
That's karma, bitch.
That's funny. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use.
I'll do my last one as an HD. There you go.
I'll actually look
Oh,
around
maybe.
the group of corpses and say, well, if you're so worried, Bellum, that we're going to be attacked, I can keep control of 2 more.
I mean, they weren't much help in that last fight, and he says to you kind of smugly, but with like a smile on his face as well.
They didn't get that. Give them a chance. That would actually depend if I can find 2 more guards, Scott. If I don't find 2 more guards in the hour, I don't think I will.
I mean, you don't have to rest as much as them, right? So you have time to go pick your way through the bodies, which I find you probably find to be therapeutic, and you are uninjured.
Not that
so,
fucked up.
and you do find a couple of skeletons, thinking, I remember when I was close to this dead.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to remember that Stalboard doesn't look like shit anymore. Yeah, I'll get 2 more because you can. I mean, you can control as many as you have spell slots, but you can re-control up to 4. So 4 makes sense.
Okay. So you grasp 2 more guards. These ones are in full health, and
Of course, yeah.
and are able to
Welcome
pull
to
them
the
forward.
fold, C and D.
Your party size just doubled.
I know.
So it's like when in between sessions I remembered that I'm a necromancer. Maybe.
You guys make your way back into the actual courtyards that's designed for like defending the people, and through those doors into the courtyard where you fought them. This is like the courtyard that's designed for style to like look imposing and the like. It has all the statues around it. And once again, there is in front of you a door that you would need to get through to actually get into the castle itself. There's of course roof and whatnot around because that's what the golems had jumped from to attack you before. But in front of you is a door if you choose to approach that way.
Might be an easier way in from above. I don't want to have to keep busting open doors if I don't have to.
Well, do we want to be sneaky? The potions I gave you each were the potions of stealth, which we could be very sneaky. Or we could go into the bag of goodies and get some potions of climbing and climb up.
Or use your magic carpet.
Huh.
I don't want to use the carpet when vats of oil and potential fire are being dropped upon us.
Oh, come on.
We can already
You'd
look up
rather
that wall. We can
climb
see there's no one up there.
as the oil falls.
I mean, if I'm climbing and the oil's falling, I can
I don't
then
care.
react.
You make an okay point, but ultimately opening this door is not a stealthy endeavor. Either I cast my spell on it and everyone in the universe hears, or you try and open it and everyone in the room hears.
Alright, so let's
Reminder,
climb.
It's like a boom. It's like a
Yeah,
loud
well,
knocking
exactly.
noise.
Then let's climb.
Yeah, let's climb.
I take out the 4 potions of climbing and hand them out.
Okay.
Hate this idea, by the way.
You drink the potion of climbing. Honestly, it tastes like silk.
Oh, okay. I hate the idea a little less.
And as you drink the potion, it gives you what? Advantage on climb checks, correct?
I have no idea. I don't know if it was a potion of spider climb or if it was a potion
It
of
was
advantage.
just climbing, because potion
You
of
just
climbing are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Potion of climbing.
Pretty sure it's advantage on climb checks.
It probably is.
Just
Yeah.
double check that for me.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody, if you have at least a
And you
plus-
gain climbing speed equal to your walking
Nope.
speed for 1
Then
hour.
you roll
So
nothing.
Actually,
Oh, cool.
we roll nothing. We
Yep,
just
you roll
climb.
nothing. You just climb. So it's effectively spider climb. So
Yeah.
you all of you are able to easily climb up the side of this and stand on the roof above. And when you stand on this roof, you can see that, again, the castle is massive, right? Climb up to this first level roof is not the top of the castle. There are other tiers that you can go up above it as well. But you can see the area up here where a few of the weapons had been armed and were able to shoot. One of them, so it was the trebuchet that was used to launch the vat of oil over at you guys. There were 2 trebuchets side by side. One of them was launched, the other one wasn't. And then over on the other side, there were another 2 trebuchets. One of them still has its vat of oil. The other one was triggered. That was one that was holding the boulder that was thrown to the stalactite overhead. So again, it's one of those things where there were 4 siege engines. Only 2 of them were each used once. But there doesn't seem to be anything up here manning these any longer. Looking about, you do actually see a door that would lead into the castle here. The one that would have been used to kind of have guards filter out onto this floor and man these stations. Or you can continue climbing up the outside of the castle.
You're muted, Ollie.
That's weird, because I pressed the unmute button. Is there no way in from up here?
I just said there was a doorway
Just a door.
to man the stations. Or you can keep going up.
I think we probably... Ryyk. Someone of importance keeps something high or low?
always sees Eric's forehead. Eric, you dead?
I'm thinking. I did not.
That's
realize I was
Ryk's
leaning that
thinking
far.
face.
It's like,
I didn't realize I was leaning that
this
far.
is a Ryyk stream.
Don't be mean to the poor man.
They would. I don't know. Is there would the history check help with that at all, Scott?
It depends on what it is you're trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out if yeah, to the answer to his question, would someone of importance keep something up high or low?
An item?
A goblin, yeah.
I feel as though it would probably be high just because we're not like a dwarven race where we would bury things in the ground.
Yeah. I mean, so you know that front entrance down there, if you had gone through the front door, it would open to the chamber where you would meet, where you would be like the huge walkway that would lead you up to finally like the throne on the other side and that actually is normal, is to have a throne once again to seem imposing to your opponents, but that entire throne room would be designed to be extremely well defended if somebody chose to attack it, right? Who knows what it looks like in this place. It's fancy. So I never changed the overlay during the first break like I said I was going to. I knew I forgot something.
I knew you wouldn't.
I remember I knew I forgot something during the first break, but I didn't know what I was forgetting. So that's why I never left the room during the break. So anyways, you don't know what that would look like down there for this place. You do know that for an item to be stored in like a vault would probably be higher up. Yes.
So I would respond higher.
Then we keep climbing.
Okay.
Indeed.
Oh, my poor skeletons are all stuck at the bottom.
That's terrible.
Oh,
Thinking about your skeletons.
Rip skeletons.
Ollie, think of it this way. It's like
It's
when
red.
somebody wants to have a mount in your campaigns. You're like,
It's like somebody
That's
used
nice.
spell slots. They're a valuable resource.
That was to keep us alive while you were,
Can you have them run off and be a distraction somewhere?
I don't know where they'd be a distraction.
They're
and
just
all of a
waiting.
sudden one of them's like, why the gas?
I could have them trying to be open the door back down there, I suppose, to be a distraction. That'd be what they try to do.
They're pantomiming and bone singing at YMCA. That's all they're doing.
No, they're trying to open the door.
Okay.
What does bone singing sound like, though?
Nothing.
You'll never find out because Stalbor he's not a joke.
It was like that adventure camp episode that we did with the skeletons that were dancing,
With the
singing.
Totentan's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, who was that? Tiv. Oh,
Tiv.
poor Tiv.
Yeah, I mean, if they could try climbing, but they have no strength mod, then they're just gonna fail.
We'll worry about that afterwards. Them trying to bust into the gate. So Eric, continue going up.
Yep.
As you continue climbing the outside wall and getting up to the next tier, the next roof that's there, when you climb up, what you actually see here is, once again, there's 4 siege engines. But from here, there are 2 trebuchets that are able to launch down below, because once again, the cavern is high enough up that it still has the ability to arc and throw all the way down below. No catapults. Catapults require a much higher arc to throw. Trebuchets can have like a lower arc to the way that they throw things based off the way they're calibrated.
Yeah.
So the trebuchets, there's 2 trebuchets, but also 2 ballistas are set up here. Now, these ballistas aren't the typical kind of ballistas that you would see over in the rest of Corvair, where it's like just a single spike that gets thrown. These are designed for much shorter range and use a lot of gravity to get them to go forward. So actually, the ballista is doesn't come to like a point that like one point with maybe metal wrapped around it. It actually almost looks kind of like a hammerhead shark, where the front of the ballista is actually a log that stretches outwards, and that log that stretches outwards has 5 different points on it, so it can almost slam into a whole group of people instead of like one larger target, right? This is something that again would not be able to travel very far if it wasn't using the height and the fact that it's not going a very far distance to its advantage. You do also see a door that guards would use to get in and out of this area here as well, but you can still go up another level.
All right.
Yeah, let's go up. Let's go up to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you climb up to the next level, what you see up there is there are 2 more siege engines. These ones are ballistas as well, but because of the fact that they have to shoot a considerable distance down, as well as now have to shoot somewhat outwards as well, because again, every level of the castle is a little bit further back, And, the head of these ballistas happen to be almost like large boulders. They're semi-aerodynamic, so it's not like just like right? They're semi-aerodynamic, but once again are not a design that would be able to handle typical ballista shots. So there's these two ballistas, but also right between those two ballistas, right at the top of this roof in the very front, there's a little platform, almost like you'd imagine the look of the very front of a ship, like the bow of a ship. There's a little platform that has a railing set there so you can safely stand on it and overlook down and out. Now, one of the things that you guys notice is as you look down there, you can barely see down below. It's not a lit cavern. Your eyes don't see that far, etc., etc., etc. But just as everybody's kind of climbing up and examining this area, I imagine it's Ryyk that would go over to check this place out because he's not seen these before. He's only read about them. So as he goes and steps onto this platform, immediately as he steps onto the platform, there's like a ripple wave of his vision that happens, and all of a sudden he's able to see down all around and before him. Everything lit up before his eyes. His dark vision is completely enhanced to allow him to see as far as the walls go. And the other part of it is as he focuses on an area, it almost seems like that area gets pulled a little bit closer and enhanced. Like he's able to kind of like zoom into different sites, allowing him to completely survey the area down below. You can see the oil that's all completely burnt out with the exception of little bits of fire, and you can literally look into that fire. You can see the doorway all the way at the front and the scattered bone fragments all around it, so on and so forth. It really is a commander's post that exists here. But more importantly, as you're like taking this in and reacting however you do, when you actually look back at the party behind you, you can see them even different than you did before. When you see the party behind you, you can actually see a bit into who they are. You can actually see a bit of their spirit. So, for instance, Kieran is feeling a little bit more at home because she's very high up in the air. Things are a little chaotic here, but overall, this isn't like significant to her, so she's also a little bored. You look over at Bellum. Bellum is kind of in his home. This is a place of adventure, delving deep into the dark, coming across enemies and learning new things that he had otherwise not understood. He enjoys the task of searching and finding and whatnot. There's a bits of stuff in the back of his mind that you can't fully reach out to. And then you look over at Stalbor. And Stalbor notices you looking into him. Immediately. Notices you looking into him. And can like look back at you. And you can almost feel like he's intentionally blocking because of the sheer intelligence that Stalbor has. He can just feel it, see it, and then choose to hide just like you would in a normal conversation. Poker face your emotions. Stalbor, you can actually roll me a bluff check. Deception roll.
Oh, you got there before me.
And
Why do you think I'd have good deception?
I was giving you an opportunity.
Yeah.
But you've known Stalbor for a very long time now, and even despite this, you can kind of see through his tells, and you can kind of read into Stalbor as well. Stalbor has genuine interest in the magics and the goings-on here because of the fact that it's unique and different and nothing that he's experienced beforehand. But overall, everything to Stalbor has a kind of like a dulled feeling, like, well, this is interesting because the magic that's here, but overall, you know, there are other things I could be doing with my time that would be more beneficial to me or even us. But anyways, Stalbor, you actually can feel that.
I just stare at him.
Right?
Till he gets off.
Till he gets off? Whoa.
Well, yeah. It's a whole...
That kind of session now. Okay, so I absorbed that information. Yeah, I gotta get off.
You don't say anything to any of them?
No.
Okay.
That's kind of a weird thing to say. Hey guys, I can see inside you.
Okay.
It is a weird thing to say.
You just got like extra metal about it though. That was like, jeez.
I can see inside you.
Your count dropped by 5 when you said that. So, so you are, when you step up, you guys are taking in the rest of this platform. You can once again see that there is a door that goes in. Obviously, how they'd be able to access this area. And technically, there's another wall behind you with another roof you can climb on.
Go up again, I guess.
You climb to the top of this one, and you look about, and all you're able to see is that this roof that you're standing on doesn't seem to have any significance, except for the fact that you can clearly tell that this was designed and built up into a stalactite that naturally existed inside this cavern before. This is built around that stalactite, so the whole roof of this area isn't like fully available for you to walk through because there's a bit of wall of stalactite here. You're so high up in the cavern. If you had to guess, Ollie, and you're never wrong, you're probably a solid 500 feet or so up from the grounds below. Though, it's not like if you just stepped off, you'd fall that whole way because, there's levels. But if somebody threw you off...
There's levels to the shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we go back down and into that door? Usually we have to go into this building somewhere.
Oh, is there no door up here?
Oh,
No.
Not this last one is like just the roof of the area you were before.
Yeah, fair. Go back down.
So where the
I
platform
mean, I guess I'd give it a cursory glance in case it's like a secret.
Sure.
Secret. They've got a secret.
I would like to try and break the siege weapons as we go down, just in case we don't run away from them later.
I don't think you guys are going all the way down, so you just mean the top two siege weapons?
Yeah.
Because you're only going down that one level to where the platform is.
Yeah.
If you start like charging up a lightning bolt, I'd maybe like grab your hand.
No,
move
can't
away.
trip.
Oh, if you start doing anything, let's be like, we might need them.
I think. Okay.
They were protecting themselves from something here. We're going to delve into something old. There might
For
be
once,
something
I'm
that
actually
comes in.
thinking about the retreat. Like when we try to leave this place.
Yeah,
We
I was
time to
actually-
smashing then.
yeah.
By then, we'll be down there and not up here.
Okay. So you make your way to that door, and it's shut before you.
Does it look locked?
Do you think try the doorknob first?
No, I push it with my staff.
Okay. Before you do that, can you do me a favor, Ollie? Can you make me 5 with advantage strength checks for the skeletons down below?
Oh. Do you mean 4?
Well, 5 checks for the 4 skeletons.
Oh. Weird, but okay.
Well, it's been a long time. I did 1 for every 100 feet you climbed.
Acceptable. They're not strong.
And
This is why I didn't have faith in this plan, but they're making noise.
Despite how long it took for you to climb up here, even at 30 feet around, that's 2.5 rounds or whatever for every 100 feet, or a round and a half, whatever it is, for every 100 feet you guys go. 2 rounds, whatever it is, for every 100 feet. Like, they spend so much time, you're examining and looking things about and go up more, and they still can't break into that damn door that's down there. Now, you take your staff and you kind of push it against the door that's in front of you to see if that pushes open. Does anybody, turn the knob first? Because it's not like it's a doorknob, right? There's like a latch. Does anybody release the latch before you start pushing on it?
If he pushes, I'll let him push, but then if that doesn't work, I'll try to open the door like a normal door.
Yeah. You can like lift the latch or whatever so you can push it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you push the door open. The door is open.
I check for traps.
Roll me an investigation.
I'm a rogue, guys.
Not a very good one.
Excuse me, I'm going to use an action point on that.
Hold on, wait.
Sir?
Ollie, don't, Ollie.
You fool.
Bellum, what's your result?
He's like, he's looking for traps. He's like, what the hell? Like, I see him like looking actively, and I just cast Sift, which is a 25.
Okay. So he's actively looking for traps and is unable to find any of them. As of course, Bellum, what you see is that the front plate, the front panel, as soon as you would step on that, it would actually be so you kind of like see this like panel. It's ever so slightly raised from the floor around it. We're talking a matter of like maybe 2 millimeters or so. It's something that probably would have been overlooked by Stallborn. Maybe he would have eventually gotten to it. And then when you see that plate, you're like, okay, well, that clearly goes to something. And then like kind of like your Dragonmark reaches out and you feel something in the ceiling above. So without stepping in, you kind of put your head into the doorway and look overhead, and you can see where maybe it's arrows, maybe it's spears that drop down, but somebody stepping into that doorway is going to get completely skewered.
I will very quickly like put my hand in front of like the party from going in, and I'll point upward, saying, "If we step on that floor plate, something's going to skewer us.
Great.
We need to go over the floor plate." How big's the floor plate? Not very big, right?
Hop. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Yeah.
If I was mean enough to make you roll, it'd be like a DC 5 acrobatics.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not.
So I think we need. This place is obviously trapped.
Yeah.
So perhaps I take the first step in, use my ability to look around to just that hallway, and then lead you guys in.
Sounds good to me.
If we can
Alright.
step over that safely, I'm gonna like take some chalk from my bag and put like a big X on the wall, so we remember there's a trap there.
Yeah. I'd walk in, stepping over it safely, hopefully, and cast Sift down. If it's a room, into the room. If it's a hallway, down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. So you you step into the room and kind of hop over that thing, and then you just kind of and allow it to reach outwards. You come to the realization that after they were able to get past the first trap, which who knows how difficult that could have been, after they were able to get past the first trap, this entire room is trapped. I mean, you could beat a DC 25. You could pretty much see anything that would exist, right? Whether you cast Sift once or 5 times, doesn't matter. The entire room is filled with so many traps. It's disgusting. Even the doorway that looks like it would lead out of here is a trapped door. Like the door is not actually a doorway out. The door itself, the handle on it has a bit of a poison to it. The door itself is rigged with traps on it. There's a stairwell that also comes down, an open stairwell from here. First of all, it also has a plate similar to the door here to get into the stairwell. And then you realize that every third step also has traps to it as well. And then it's one of those things where you allow your mark to look down below, and you realize that at the base of the stairs, the last couple of steps, so it looks like the base of the stairs, the last couple of steps is actually trapdoor steps where you would fall down and die. None of the ways that look like you're supposed to leave here are the actual ways out. In fact, the only actual way out is when you turn back over to where that floor plate is, and you kind of like, to the doorway that you just came through. Immediately to the left of it, it's very hard to see, but there's a little panel of stone that you can actually move to the side, and you do so easily. Move it to the side, and there's a lever that allows you to pull. You don't know what this lever does, but you do know that it's not a trap.
Okay.
Here's the last thing. Because of how finite the area in here that is safe is, 2 of you could fit in here easily with your direction. Every person beyond that's going to make it difficult. A third person, I am requiring everybody to make a DC 5 acrobatics. A fourth person requiring everybody to make a second acrobatics check, but this time everybody has to make a DC 8.
So right now it's just me and Stalbor in it first. So I would actually turn to Stalbor saying, I found this little hidden door with this lever. It's not trapped, but the rest of this place is completely bombarded with traps. Like, ridiculous traps. We could tiptoe our way through, but it could end badly. I don't know what this lever does. I don't know if we should pull it, but I'm really tempted.
It could open a door, it could move the whole chamber down. We should probably, just the 2 of us in here, pull it.
But if it leads us down, they'll be stuck
Well, then
up
one
there.
person can stay, and they can do it again, and go back up. Someone else can come in.
Okay, we'll just tag team it. All right, so you'll let them know. All right, perfect. All right.
I probably just to not save like calling out, I'll just like message Kieran and be like, doing a thing, stay there.
Doing the thing.
And
Well,
he
that's no
pulls the
fun.
lever.
Okay?
Bellum pulls the lever, not me.
So as Bellum grabs the lever and pulls it, you hear, as you pull the lever, I mean, it's not actually an easy pull. It has a bit of weight to it. Stalbor would have had an easier time. But as you pull the lever, it takes 2 hands and a bit of like, you can hear scraping happening all around you, like, and eventually you get it all the way down, and you hear like a click sound.
That's it?
Yep, you hear a clicking sound. Both of you guys can roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
I've not been doing well, in general, in RPGs recently.
Okay, so you notice that as that click happened, as all that like scraping noise happened from almost like the ground to the ceiling around you, as that scraping happens and the click finally finished, it looks almost as though the doorway shifted ever so slightly. And you think maybe the walls themselves can turn.
So, but I'm still standing in the same spot. Stalbor is still there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would mention that to Stalbor and say perhaps the walls can turn. That seems to be what this lever has done. I just don't know where.
I would be willing to try it, but I'm scared to move.
I will, I'll actually say perhaps we should test the traps to see if they actually go off still?
No.
Why?
Traps are probably still in effect. Probably the walls themselves have become doors. The issue is to open them, we're going to have to get into the traps.
To describe it a little bit better, the room seems as though it can actually shift, like the whole room itself can move.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you described it as if the individual walls could turn.
My
Yeah.
apologies.
So the whole
Then, if that's the case about well, then how do we turn it? Does leather doesn't turn it?
The leather seemed to unlock it. The Stalbart just kind of like put his hands on the walls and give it an effort.
I would step outside and do that.
You do it from the outside and just leave them inside?
Yeah.
Sure. So you step back outside with them, and Stalbar's like, excuse me, to like the two of them that are like looking in the doorway, and probably just grabbing the doorway itself, use the doorway as like a brace, and starts pushing the walls. And you do. You start pushing the walls, and you're actually able to get enough effort that you can push the walls with enough that because the doorway itself starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller because the doorway now has a wall in front of it, much like as an elevator goes down, you go open the door, there's a wall in front of you, right? So you push the thing and eventually kind of give it its last little shove, but get your hands out of the way so it don't get all squished. And the room continues to shift and turn until eventually the doorway that is open lines up with the door that was trapped and clearly not a way out before. And as it kind of like lines up with that to an open doorway in front of you now, Bellum, the whole room, you hear like a loud clunking noise, and you see the lever lock back up into its locked position. So you're now inside the room, and as far as you can tell, you're inside a very heavily trapped room with a doorway in front of you that is open to a new area.
Oh God. Is it really dark in here? Because this is fun. Scott, is it really dark in here?
I assume you would have taken
You would have had your light with you. But yes,
Okay.
otherwise.
Yeah. I poke my head in the next room
Don't
with the
do it.
light, like
It's not
holding
worth
it out in front of me just to kind of. Is there anything I can notice in
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, actually, when you poke your head into the other room, you actually see it's a relatively short hallway. And at the end, so it's a relatively short hallway. Immediately to your left and to your right, like if you poke your head in and crane your head all the way to the left corner, all the way to the right corner, you see there's a statue of the same figure as before, standing there. He has his sword raised up in the air like he's ready to strike down. Over to the right side, you see as the scepter up in there, almost like he's willing to bring its power to bear. There's a hallway, only being 15 feet deep. Same thing, the corner on the left is now going to be where the staff is. The corner on the right is now going to be where the sword is, opposite what's on this side, right? And in the center of it, you see a double doors that exists before you. The doors, similar to those you've seen before, are going to be stone with different bits of metal that reinforce it and give an amazing kind of decoration to it. There are words on it written in Dakani, but unfortunately you don't read Dakani.
I could. Anyway, I cast Sift. Does this look like a trapped hallway?
One, the hallway seems to have an emanation. Like your sift reveals runes that exist all throughout the hallway. However, the rooms seem to exist all throughout the hallway.
Right.
And what your sift also reveals to you is that the room that you're currently standing in, all of the traps in that room are currently locked. None of them are triggerable. Since the room is turned, they've been disconnected from the traps' triggers or the mechanisms that make them work.
I will
So you can
call
talk,
out.
nobody can see.
See, I don't want to yell. I guess I have to yell. That's the only way I can communicate with Stalbor. I'm gonna yell.
No, it's not. I'm gonna cast message inside after like a couple of moments.
Do you have to have line of effect to your target when you cast message?
It
No.
goes through a certain amount of stone. 1 foot of stone.
I would say that the stone here is probably about a foot. Roll me an Arcana check to see if it's strong enough to break through.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a castle, so
It can move around corners and through openings, though.
Oh, it can go through openings.
Yeah, through
We
openings and
closed
around
the-
corners.
There's no door anymore.
But there's no door anymore for him. It's just a stone.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
guess I wouldn't-
you try to do it and you just
So no
can't
message
muster.
comes through, so I will yell,
Sorry, Ollie.
Stalbor,
Worth a try.
pull me back, and I'm gonna
Whoa,
pull
whoa,
the.
whoa. Oh, okay, gotcha. I see what you're
I'm
saying.
gonna pull the lever down. Like
You yell that, Ollie. It's a perception check. It's going to be high to
I'm not-
hear noise.
Ollie is not going to try meta Ollie. I'm not going to try and hear Will. I'm going to try and hear the mechanism unlocking. So he said he pulled the lever again.
Fair. Roll me
And
a
I think
perception.
I'm saying that out loud because I think you might have been like, "Oh, you can't hear it through the stone, but the mechanism is under the thing."
Yeah, you roll a perception check and the DC.
I just did.
The DC was 0, and so you hear clank.
Okay.
It's
I'll
okay.
just start like walk around the other side and start pushing it back, I guess.
We've seen characters, Sid, that wouldn't have noticed.
No, you're entirely right.
And so you just kind of grab the thing. This time it's a lot more difficult because you don't really have the same handholds you did before, but you eventually get the momentum to start moving the thing. And Bellum comes to the realization, he's a wise character, oh shit, it's not safe here anymore. It's not about to be in a couple moments. It gets to where he knows it was safe to stand before and stands as the room comes to its stopped motion. You can see them, they can see you. Everybody high fives.
Woo! I'd say I
team.
found where I think we need to go. We all need to get into this hallway. So let's start with that. Watch out for the traps.
Sounds good. Yeah,
right.
that
Yeah.
we shall do.
So Stalbor steps in, no problem. As the third one steps in, who's the third person to step in?
I will be third to step in.
Okay, Ryyk, Stalbor, Bellum, all make me acrobatics checks. DC 5.
Said, can I not?
I can't fail.
Okay. Yes, you can. But not from a natty 1 because, unfortunately,
Right.
skill checks natty 1s don't automatically fail.
That's what I was
because-
saying. I literally can't fail that.
Wow, 2 now? Are you kidding me?
He can't fail
Oh my
either.
god!
I'm glad Scott uses that like ruling because otherwise they'd be dead.
That's the core rules of the game. And that's like a really...
I know, but no one uses that one.
I hate critical fumbles, right? Oh my god, two
all
natty
about-
1s. That's... Oh my god.
Two natty 1 successes. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Oh my god. Okay. Then as Kieran steps in, everybody has to roll again except for Bellamy Ryyk. Save the RNG.
I can technically not roll an 8.
Oh, that's right.
All right, I rolled an 8.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Remember when you said you couldn't?
I also rolled a 2. That's crazy.
Oh
God
man.
fucking damn it.
This
They
is
rolled a 3.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is not yours.
This is amazing. Oh my god, these rolls tonight have been
They're
amazing.
just funny. They're just hilarious.
Okay, well, you guys are actually safe, and then it's one of those things where, as more people piled in, if nobody had triggered the traps yet, clearly more people coming in. If they were like invaders, they would have triggered and da. So, anyways, that allows you, Bellum, to pull the lever, and now Stalbor has to try to move this thing from the inside. Now, Stalbor, you get to stand in a spot that's actually completely safe because of how you have to be able to push this thing to move it. Unfortunately, the other three have to make that same exact check. DC 10, though.
Oh, okay. This guy over here.
You should be good, though. RNG should be on the side of you three. So here's Bellum. I just need Ryyk and Aaron. And again, RNG should definitely be on your side for this.
We're all good at acrobatics except
You
for
say
Stalbor.
RNG should be on our side, but fucking, I've played this game before.
One more. See. Yeah.
There we go.
You guys rolled too many rolls in a row for that to be an issue. So, you safely are able to get across, and as soon as it gets to that locked position, Bellum can inform you. Like,
I point down the hallway. I will say, there are definitely runes down this hallway. It seems some sorts of magic. I want to say this whole entire place is to prevent invaders. I think Ryyk should go in, and I'm fearful to go in myself.
Good hypothesis.
Ryyk, if you need help, call. And
Thanks.
and I'll try my best to not die coming to get you. No promises.
You go in, Ryyk. I'll start ritual casting tech magic then while you're snooping around, so we can figure it out while he looks for clues.
I like it.
That sounds good to me.
okay, so Ryyk, sorry, I'm just like fighting off a sneeze. Trying to decide if I have to mute and sneeze. Nope, I think it's passing. Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. I need your blessings because you have magic powers, and so that makes sense.
I do.
So you walk in, Ryyk, and you step foot into the room, and immediately as you step foot into the room, you can feel the magic that's coursing around you. Like, it's one of those things where like your hair stands on ends. You can feel like a pressure around you, almost like a shift in the air that happens. You can feel the magic coursing around you. But you do stand there safely in the entrance of the hallway.
So I'm going to take a quick look around, and I don't see anything out of place other than obviously the feeling.
Yep, and the statues I described before, and the door that I described before.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to approach the door.
Okay, so you start walking towards the doorway, and as you are walking forward, you can feel that magic building up, greater and greater, more imposing, kind of like foreboding feeling coming towards you as you walk forward. And I imagine you continue to press the walk. You're just like, no, I'm dedicated to this. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right as you hit the middle of the 15-foot deep corridor, right as you hit that very center spot where all four of the statues are looking at you, right as that happens, all of a sudden, the magic stops. It immediately goes away. And not only does the magical feeling just end in an instant, the door in front of you starts to slowly open.
Oh no. I hate that.
No, it's good. It's good.
No, that is never good. 10 out of 10 times that is bad.
I think it's good.
I stop and I call out to them and I say, well, how quick does the door open? Do I have time to react?
Very, very slowly. Like, we're talking very slowly.
I say, the door's opening.
Go inside.
Thanks. Go in. Everyone's hiding behind the fucking wall.
Yeah, everyone's like peeking behind the wall. Just check it out.
I'm sure it's fine, man.
Check,
we're just taking a quick break.
Poke it with a stick.
I'm
check
reading
it
a
out.
book.
Yeah, I will go in. Right, my blade is out now. My blade is just like in my hand. I have this great sword just like over my shoulder as I'm looking around for some danger. But I'm gonna go in.
Okay, so that means just so you're aware, and I'm completely supportive of this. It's fine. You've done all this in like less than 15 seconds, and Stalbor has another 9 minutes and 45 seconds to finish his ritual casting of that spell.
I can always cancel it if some shit goes down. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop open the door. I want to see what's inside here. I'm just at this point, especially with that magical feeling, I like there's almost like lightning going through my body. I'm hoping that what I'm looking for is nearby, but
As you go walking towards that door, once again, it doesn't move any quicker. It very slowly opens. But you go walking to the door, you have your sword out at the ready, and you stand before the door. It's 3 steps for you to get in front of it, maybe 4. And the door slowly opens up, and inside you find what is a treasure hoard. And this vault of wealth, of Dakani wealth, of coin, of gemstones, of fine weaponry, of scrolls, of various things like that are inside this room before you. It's full. It's full of all of these items. But while you take this in, and it is very obviously a lot to take in, I imagine you even stand there a solid 10, 12 seconds dumbfounded, just like taking in all of what you see before you. You're looking specifically for 1 or 2 different items to exist here. And so in the very center of the room, there is a pillar that exists there. A pillar that probably should have something in it, but does not.
I take a step back, just so like distraught in that moment, and I did let out a deep sigh, and I say, "There's something here, but not what we're looking for." And I'm gonna give him time to finish his spell, and I'm gonna take a seat, and I'm gonna meditate.
Okay. So you just take a step. You said back or in?
Back. No, I'm not going in.
So
yet.
you stay like in the middle of the hallway.
Yes.
Okay, and you just sit down and start meditating. This allows some time for Stalbor to finish casting his spell. And Stalbor, what you're able to detect is a whole bunch of magics coursing around through there, so on and so forth. I can just give you answers, and I'm going to, but first, before I do so, please make me an Arcana check.
I can just give you answers if you earn them.
Well, that's to see if I can give you a next tier of answers there, sir.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Like the levels of...
Roll, bitch.
That's actually one of the things I miss about 4E, is their monster manual had that for if you rolled nature checks on each monster. Like 3 tiers of lore.
Oh, it's third
Pretty
edition.
cool.
Third edition as well has
Well,
that.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
So anyways, you as you the door. Oh, sorry. Finally you can see the magics rolling around you. One of the first things, the most obvious form of magic that you see before you is divination magics. It's the air. Sorry, the type of magic that's permeating through the air. It's like a heavy divination magics. Unfortunately, you can't kind of unravel the significance of those divination magics and what it is that they do for. Underlying. Behind those divination magics, you can see a ton of abjuration and a ton of transmutation that exists underlying as well. But the reason why I say underlying is clearly they exist kind of like pulsing, waiting to be triggered and unleashed, but have not been.
I describe to these two, but loud enough that Ryyk could be able to hear, because the door's open. It's like, there's divination magic in that room, which is not a surprise. It's most likely looking for hobgoblins and looking to reject everything else, with wards and transmutation, which is more worrying. It does lead me to believe there's possibly a chance if we walk in there, we turn into a flesh golem. And it's... You said it was basically wards throughout the entire room?
So the arcane marks are not visible to the naked eye. They just exist throughout the entire room. Now that you can cast detect magic, you can see the arcane marks all over the room. You can.
So I don't think I could dispel it.
You think?
You think you could, but it would be very difficult in more than one casting.
You believe it would be safe for me to step in the room?
I don't think this is going to do anything. You're already past it.
Yeah, there's no magic that exists. He can't. There's so much magic that's between here and there. He's having a hard time even seeing through this hallway into the next room because he hasn't stepped foot in the hallway yet. Seeing through into the other room, but from what you can see, you're almost like trying to find smoke through smoke, right?
I'm more concerned about this thing anyway.
You're pretty sure it's clear on the other side, but again, it's you know.
I'll just sort of yell down if he says that and be like, "You're a goblin. This is keeping us out. You're the only person who can go forward. I can't dispel this without blowing any chance of our protection."
I'm gonna stand up.
Although, and then I'm gonna click my fingers and then complain because I didn't equip these new spells I have when I took a sleep.
I'm going to head into this room. I have zero concern for the gold. I'm looking around for you know what I'm looking for. I'm searching around. I know that it should be in the pillar, but I'm going to see if it was dropped or abandoned in any manner around the room.
The room is very well organized. It's not like a lumps of gold spread about the floor and like a helmet put on top over here and a sword stuck into the pile of treasure. This isn't a dragon's hoard that he's like sleeping on it and stuff like that, you know? It's not Smog's lair. This is a vault of wealth to whichever noble hobgoblin had run this region. And whoever this was that... I mean, who are all these statues of, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And so as you look about the room, you find incredible wealth and well-maintained, well-preserved hobgoblin equipment, Akani equipment here. However, you do not find what it is that you're looking for in this vault.
Normally, my character would be incredibly interested by the Dakani armor, but now I'm just frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
It just completely frustrated as I look over the items. Even to go so far as to like slam my fist on one of the tables, not like ridiculously hard, but just like damn.
You slam hard. The coins that are on it, a couple of items on it, shift a little, but it's well built. It's not like things go spilling everywhere.
And then I'm gonna turn back and walk out of the. I'm gonna turn back and walk out of the room, and over to them. I say, does anything happen when I head back to the hallway?
No. I mean, it's one of those things as you walk away from that door, it slowly closes behind you. I imagine nobody else comes into the hallway, just you come walking back across.
Yeah.
Okay. Very slowly closes behind you and eventually seals back up. And then Stalbor, because you can see your detect magic is still on, as he steps his foot, he's about to speak. As he steps his foot back into the room, like you can see him, but like your attention's kind of pulled from him and into the room behind him as once again the magic just starts swirling again, like with incredible intensity. It's like the divination magic you had seen beforehand is completely to its full flare and reaching out almost like hungrily looking for something. And you can see all the wards back up on the door behind it.
Well,
you didn't find what you want.
No. It appears that this was well guarded, and I imagine it's not simply any hobgoblin that can enter through here. It must be someone of a specific bloodline or something similar, because otherwise it would have been looted by now. There's a large sum of gold and other valuable items in there. Unfortunately.
Was there a lamp?
A lamp? Huh?
What do you mean?
Ah!
No.
See what you did there.
What are you laughing at?
You're playing that too well, Ollie.
Ryyk just looks visibly frustrated, and he says, I guess we can continue looking from there, but frankly, I saw where the item should be resting, and it wasn't there.
So someone has it.
Or that could just be something to throw you off. How well have you looked? Why would they put in this very closely guarded area? Why would they put the huge magical, whatever it is, on a pedestal?
I imagine there's lots of magical protections between here and there, but you do bring up a good point.
Well, you also know part of it, Eric, is that between rulers, there are the heralds. You know what I mean? Sure. Between emperors, there's the heralds that hold the thing. So if theoretically this was a herald from the days of old, because you know this, you and I discussed this out of game before.
Yeah.
If this was theoretically a herald from the days before, this could have been where it was magically sealed, or whatever you were about to say, trying to make sense for why, if this wasn't a herald but the emperor, why he would put it here. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go back in the room just to kind of appease my curiosity. I'm gonna go up to the empty spot and I'm just gonna feel
As
around.
you go walking towards it once again,
No,
the
no, no,
overbearing
before you-
magical feel, so on and so forth. Ollie.
Yeah. As he's trying to go away, I'll like fumble and grab a potion from my bag and I'll put it like right up to the door and I'll jiggle it. We're like, it's a potion of auras, Scott. Is that a potion of essentially detect magic, or is that like person auras?
That has been sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I gave that to Stalbor forever ago.
Yeah.
That was the auras potion was a oh my god. Give me a second. I have to
We're breaking
find
out
that.
the old shit.
Oh, it's
If
just
it's
been-
detect magic, it'll help him find the hidden area.
give me 1 second because that was a hold on. Where is that Discord message?
While he's looking that up, also, Ryyk, you should take the bags of holding and fill it with the treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
while he's going, maybe you'll just like
Oh,
hand him the bag.
The bags.
oh yeah.
we've come all this way.
Sure.
Treat yourself.
I'll take
Treat yourself.
I found it. It is not magical. It's people.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Then Stabble knows that, so I guess he wouldn't have offered that.
Okay.
I'm gonna head
That's a shame,
back.
'cause that would have been rude.
That came from Alyssa, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was like seasons ago.
Yeah.
We haven't forgotten you, Alyssa. We just haven't consumed
I
you.
keep track of all my stuff. Yeah.
Jesus, don't say it like that. Reword, bad wording.
Hey, listen. The only reason why you're in this cave right now is because of Mupen. So hey, listen. Patreon,
So,
it
yeah.
works.
We give you the bag of goodies that is almost completely empty to fill up.
No,
And I
there's
keep
another
my
bag
bag.
of holding for loot, isn't there?
But the bag of goodies is a bag of holding.
Yeah,
We have.
And I'm
but
Okay.
we have multiple bags of holding. So yeah,
right.
we just
I'm
can't
keeping
all-
mine with my magic carpet because
I guess if it's
it might
party
blow up.
funds, we might as well put all the loot in the party funds, wouldn't we?
So,
Right.
so,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Stabor, you are watching him as he's going through. I'm actually going to allow you to make another Arcana check because you're watching the magic swirling around him as he
Do
goes.
an acrobatics check to just do a flip.
Arcana check.
I'm so happy, Ryyk.
I'm so proud of you, Ryyk.
I will ask this question, Ollie, because a 26 is very impressive.
Oh, you want me to see if I can get a 30?
Would you like to roll an action point to get that impossible
I
number?
will, mostly for BM reasons.
Bowel movement?
You're gonna PM the fucking.
Oh, I forgot that Scott doesn't
the
play
game.
games.
I don't know what BM means.
Means
It's
like
Bad
pretty
mouth.
much
bad
yeah,
mannered.
yeah. It's just when you
Bad
do
mouth.
something just to be shitty.
It's
Yeah.
like when before you kill someone, you like just embarrass
Well, if
them.
you're doing it to be shitty and it means bowel movements, it actually works.
I mean,
it's
you're
a
not wrong.
It's a 360 no scope.
So a 32.
Okay.
It's teabagging.
No, I don't know what
Yeah,
360
if you-
no scope is either, but I know what teabagging is.
Yeah, I know you would know that.
That was the
Wise.
BM of your day.
Yeah, because that was Halo.
360 no scope was from Halo.
I don't know what 360 no scope means. So, anyways,
So we got a 32.
no, that was probably Halo 3 or something with
It's
like.
pretty no. It's
is Halo
literally
1.
turning around and shooting someone with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, do a
It's
complete
not that
360 and
complicated.
shoot.
It's
Oh.
in the name.
It's like, hey, I'm better than you. I can do this and still kill you.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's funny. We just killed the people.
Yeah,
But anyways, so
it's
So
all really
American
dumb.
of you.
it's like you're dead. So I win. I can because we're in a room because it was
You're
LAN
dead.
parties.
I
There was
win.
no internet. It was LAN parties. I can now sit on your lap and fart. Like that was I won. Haha. So anyways,
Why?
We-
I'm glad I never
like
had a LAN party
16.
with
You know. Anyway, so Ollie, with your 32, which is insane, your 32 Arcana check, you realize the divination magic is coursing around him, swirling around him, and looking into him. It's not looking to see that first initially, right off the bat. Is he a hobgoblin? Okay, yes. But then it looks deeper into that. It actually is looking into his lineage. It's
Into his
actually
bloodline.
specifically trying to find his bloodline. And when it looks into his bloodline, it seems satisfied. And then, right as he hits that center of the room, right where the trap would just be going off, right where whatever it is would be going off, everything's primed and ready to go. It just instantly releases around him, satisfied with what it's detected, and opens the door. in
I'll
front
sort
him.
of lean in a bit more and say down to him before he gets to the door. I was like, Ryyk, the whole point of this chamber, the whole magic, is to detect the bloodline, your bloodline, whatever links you back to this scepter, whatever's causing you to need to get this. It's linking back to this. If it is here, you can find it.
When you say you lean in, does your head even crest
No.
the doorway? I'm just
No.
Everything
Stalbo is like obnoxiously close every time because he knows where the limit is.
guillotine. Take your nose.
Like, yeah, a nose hair might touch. That's it.
Elves don't have nose hair.
I am going to
Perfect.
go inside, and I'm going to, before I grab any treasure, I'm going to search this place, search the little area where I think the scepter should be. I'm going to see if there's any any buttons.
It's not
open
there. Not there.
panel.
There's no traps. Something like that, a trap door, a release or something like that in this area, that would just be gratuitous. That would
Yeah, it'd
just
be a hat on a hat. That's what I thought.
Exactly. Like that room that you came through was already obnoxious.
Yeah, exactly.
Like to do that again would be. So,
I
anyways,
figured, but Kieran mentioned the possibility, and I wanted to. But at
You
this
might as well.
you know why? It's because Kieran's so familiar with things like Kundarark and things like kobolds.
And they're
She's
very
not familiar
hand
with
on the
Dakani. Exactly.
so after
Try
looking,
cutting open your hand and like putting the blood on.
it's not going to be
Just
that.
slit your own throat. See,
So slice the wrist. You could probably staunch that. It'll be fine.
Stop
It'll
working
be
really
overtime.
fast.
Stop joking and get to the plot.
And I very frustratedly will just start piling the stuff into the bag.
and as he's
I
grabbing
don't even-
fist,
I obviously have no care for any of this stuff. I'm just piling the shit into the bag like, ugh.
as he's grabbing fistfuls of countless coins and ancient invaluable artifacts with wonton and almost lack
Oh no,
of-
just the money is I'm gonna treat that way. The items I'm gonna I possess some care for. I might not even put some of them in
One of the important things to note about the coins is they all have the mint of that same face on them.
There's a Connie coin,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
and I will definitely gush over that later. But right now I'm frustrated. I'm so goddamn.
And you put everything that you could possibly muster inside the bag. And with that, we're going to bring this session to a close with a bright note. I mean, last time you were like hobbled up in some shithole church trying not to die. Here you just got like countless gold pieces.
We were in no real danger last time. This time's depressing. This note is way lower than last week's note by
But
a
all
very
the
infinite
gold!
factor.
All the
There was
gold!
so
but
much-
he's
there was so much.
back!
It's probably gonna blow up when we leave.
Gold doesn't solve the internal
Yeah.
problem.
Just
Yeah.
like the gems.
It's
Do you know how much money Stalbo has right now? 9,280. He's still sad.
Wait,
what? The last session was
No one asked him to buy things.
was like hopeful. It was incredibly hopeful for Ryyk. He's like, I'm so close.
so
This
much
one is like
That's
this
how
one
you stay rich.
crushed him is because he was like, I thought this was it. I thought I was gonna find it, but now it just all slipped away from me again.
Yeah, that's so much more depressing than we're looking for something.
It's like when the hope's taken away from you, but then someone was just like, here, look, a little more hope, and then it's like, no, we take that away too.
Yeah, stomp on that too.
It's perfect. I love it.
But I'm just really excited for next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, funny thing about next week is,
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, we don't
Is
have
there no next week?
we don't have William with us next week.
Ah, fuck it. Forget about him.
I'm going to devise how we're going to handle that shortly.
Bellum's
Bellum
just
decides to
stumbling around
walk
in
in
the
the
dark.
hallway.
You
no,
just can't see
no,
anything.
Bellum doesn't die. Damn it!
Bellum disappears. To
I
another
created
universe.
Bellum to not die, and he's been the only one close enough to death with the damn stone. Oh.
Yeah.
In a building with no windows.
You know
Come
what we'll do? We'll just have a guest come in, and Bellum will become like the zombie character that follows behind, and the guest will control the four skeletons for Stalboy. They'll literally be the
I
four
will all day.
skeletons.
I mean, I'd be open to letting someone play Bellum so long as they did it well.
I have Bellum's character sheet. I can play Bellum while you're not here. That's what we've done
I'll
before.
play Bellum for you. Don't worry.
No, Aaron can't touch it. Aaron can't touch it.
That'll be fine.
All right. Anyways, why don't we bring this session to a close, guys? We'll start with William. What are you doing? Oh, my dog just opened the door. That freaked me out for a second.
Not much. I guess, well, technically it's the next day, but I guess yesterday was International Beer Day. Didn't know about that until today, like an hour and a half ago. But so I drank a beer, just to commemorate it, because that's what I do is I drink beer.
You did it.
I
William,
did
thought
that.
you were. I
William,
thought you
can
were
you check
snapping at
chat?
William to like hurry him up, and I was like, "That's so rude, Scott."
oh no, the dog. William, check
No,
chat for me.
I'm in
Check
chat.
chat.
Somebody
What?
wrote in all caps in chat.
It
I
was
saw-
Breland asking to be.
Yeah, no. Breland created Bellum, so therefore Breland cannot be Bellum.
I'll just do it. I'll multitask. I can be an elf and an orc at the same time.
Ollie,
Scott, do it.
how are you? Who are you? How can we find you?
Tired and cranky. I'm Ollie. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at OllieRant. You should check out Wednesdays at 7 p.m. BST, where Scott and Will are crews on the ship of the Magpie. It's a Stars Without Number game where they are terrible and it is great. Also on Sunday, starting next Sunday, there is a new D&D 5e game set in my setting of Yaviskir called Here Be Heroes with a whole bunch of new people to false pretenses. So you should check it out.
Aaron?
I'm Aaron. I've had a lot of caffeine, so I'm both really tired and very jittery. And yeah, no, that's pretty much me. I'm super active on the Discord. If you want to chat there, we can. And a lot about Eberron and D&D. So
We've actually had a few new faces join us over in Discord. Awesome. Thank you, you few new faces, for joining if you happen to watch the show. If you do watch the show and haven't joined the Discord, why not? You hear how awesome it is. There's over 100 people there, and it's very active. Like, crazy, like, very active. Eric.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Eric. I play on Twitch with Scott here on Fridays. I am somewhat active on the Discord, not very much anymore, just been busy. But yeah, hey, I'm sorry.
I just hype how it's lots of fun on there. Yeah, there's a Discord.
The Discord
It's
is
insane.
active. I am not super active on the Discord.
You know what? You're such a Debbie Downer. I'm glad you're not active on the Discord. Hi, I'm Derek. You've already found me. You're on my channel, whether it be YouTube or Twitch. If you want to find more of me, Delric.com. It's a thing. All the links are there. And Doxy's channel and Lost Initiative and Ollie's channel and probably your channel too. Bye.